back on my 68 AMX project, my Playmate of the Year car, which is why it's pink. Doing the car that was given away to the Playmate of the Year was a 68 AMX done in pink. But right now I'm getting ready to glue the windows in, which I had finished polishing out. They had some scratches on it. Polished it out pretty good. But here's what I use to glue the windows in. Micro crystal clear. This stuff dries clear, glues in really well. And if you need to remove the windows, which I had gotten ambitious and glued these windows in once already and forgot to polish them out, so just soak it in water. It'll turn back to white and you can pull it off, and you can even clean it up after you've used it. So good stuff, really like it. I use a toothpick to apply it, and so here we go. This bottle's getting kind of low. Might start needing longer toothpicks, but the first thing I do is I start putting it right across the top here. Put a pretty good bead though. Smear that around just a little bit. This stuff takes a while to dry, especially when you do big beads like this. Just leave that right there for now. And I've got these clamps. Believe it or not, they're ready shade. They came with some temporary shades when I bought the house. Shades are long gone, but they were just paper shades. But these things became awesome. Realized them for modeling. Not a very strong spring. It's plastic. They do break fairly easy. So a lot of times I use them to hold engines and paint small parts. I also use them to hold the glass in. And since they're plastic, you can strip the paint when you get a whole lot of paint on them. The other thing I got here is just a piece of cardboard. Nothing fancy. But I got this for covering, because when I clamped the thing, I used to do it right on the paint like that. I have had it scratch the paint, or if it's still soft paint and I didn't even realize it, it's left depressions in it that I've had to polish out. So then I realized I just put a piece of cardboard right on top, and then I'll clamp it this way, which is what I'm going to do right now. Feed the glass in. There really isn't anything to locate the glass on this car, this particular model. Some do, some don't. But then I'll clamp it down. Clamp this side down. Hey, buddy. And then I'll line up the windows to the pillars. Like so. And then I'll let that dry.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Let
me clean off my Q-tip here. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Daddy.
Yeah, I'm working on one of my models. This is my AMX.
What?
AMX, yes. This is my 2 3/4-year-old son here. Come to join me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'll also put a bead like this around the thing, help hold it.
no, I do it.
You want to do it?
Okay.
Oh, Daddy's got this. I'll show you how later. You want to go play?
No.
No? You want to watch Daddy? It's a little high in the back, so I have to push that down.
Yay. My turn?
Your turn?
Okay.
Okay, so get that down in place. Let's turn this.
Whoa!
This needs to go down a little more. So let's move this clamp more towards the back. Move this clamp more towards the back. Here we go. And then what'd you do? What'd you do there, buddy? And put a little bit right here. And we will glue in the rearview mirror, which goes right there.
Look! Look! Look, Daddy, look!
Yeah?
Look!
That's my tripod for filming.
Daddy, look! Look! Look, Daddy, look!
Get that lined up. And then I'll turn it a little bit to the driver's side. And then so the mirror will hang down, I'll turn it that way and let the mirror hang down.
Daddy, Daddy!
Yes, buddy. Close the lid.
Look!
Yeah. Okay, here we are getting back to my 68 AMX Playmate of the Year car. Glued the windows in, which is why it's sitting right here. It's been a couple of days, but it takes a while to glue to dry. That's inside here where the top is, where air doesn't get in there very well. But it takes a little while to dry. But it's been there for quite some time, and it's all dried on the inside. Now on the back side here, it's still a little high. I need to push that down. So I need to get some glue in there, push it down. Now on this particular one, this actually holds the glass. It snaps in there, and these tabs right here snap into the back of the body. But while I was checking, mocking up for fit, they pop in there, get them snapped in there, and when you glue it down, it still leaves a little bit of a gap. So I'm going to try and glue that down a little bit better. It snaps in pretty good. There it goes. So I'm going to get some glue in there, hold it down with some tape, or even weigh it down with a can of paint, because it just happens to fit in there really well. But I no longer need my cardboard and my clamps here, so I'll move them off to the side. And since I'm going to be resting it on the paint, I'm just going to lay it on this microfiber towel here. So here we go. I'll hide my toothpick under the towel where I won't be able to find it. So here we go. Let's get another good bead of glue on this, and let's get it in there. It's a little hard to do this and film this, get the camera in there while I get my hands and the toothpick and everything in there, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. And then when I push it down, see it squish under there a little bit. So first step I'm going to do, get a couple of pieces of tape. Get them in the corners here. Tape it down. And then you can see it is holding it down, and we'll make sure that the glue is right up in here. Alright. And then that'll help hold it. And then lastly, I will put this can of paint right on the back there. And let's just prop this front end up a little bit so that the can is more resting on where I want it to dry than anything else. So for the moment, that's as far as I can go on that. Let it sit, let it hold, and we will continue on with this one. Well, here we are with a little update on my Playmate of the Year Playboy Pink 68 AMX project. And just got the body all cleaned up, glass polished and installed, rearview mirrors installed, and then detail painted the marker lights with the turn signal amber, and then the front turn signals also. And some detail painting done, and then got the tail lights painted in with the AMX logo and the white backup lights, and a little bit of chrome from the Matalo liquid chrome pen. So this is coming out really, really nice. Got a little bit of cleaning up to do and some detailing still left to do. Notice that I missed painting the radiator cap, but that's not a big deal. Do that after it's assembled. But the body's all ready. And then also the interior. Got the wood painted on the inside and more highlights with the chrome Matalo pen, the liquid chrome. And also finished my center console here for the automatic tranny. It's okay. I think it could have been better, but it came out really nice. And it's a piece of flat styrene that I carved in the pockets, the storage pockets area, and also the shifter plate there. To recommend the automatic. It's a little large and a little out of scale, but it's really close to how the 68 AMX was. It actually came out of the MPC 79 Trans Am kit, the 10th anniversary kit. I have a couple of those for parts kits, but I completely cut out the shifter and the console and put it right on top, and then detail painted it with some silver paint there. Did a little bit of dry brushing dry brushing techniques on that. I like how it came out. And once you put the dash in, it looks really good, but now it's an automatic center console, which, as I said before, is kind of funny, as it has the automatic pedals in it, even though the car is a stick, comes with a stick, but converting it to automatic, which, as I mentioned before, I did here with the transmission from the Thunderbolt kit. That's the Borg Warner automatic, which a real similar tranny was used by AMC. Matter of fact, it's pretty convincing, pretty accurate. Also detail painted the battery with the red caps, and some more detail painting, but chassis is pretty much ready to be dropped in. Same thing with the interior. So this thing's on final assembly. Hood's ready to go, really no detailing to the hood. If you notice, I sanded off the little bumps right here. Did that for a couple of reasons. During mock-up, I actually broke one of these off and glued it on because I kept squeezing them to get them into the hood here. So I just cut them off. They still drop in place. But so that's pretty much ready. Got the, once it's in, I'll put the radiator hoses and get the radiator hoses and the air cleaner ready to go. It doesn't have a chrome air cleaner on the 290, which is the version I am doing. Also, if you noticed the pinhole, I have the inside or outside rearview mirror. It's pinned and ready to be glued in. But this is actually from the Revell 68 Firebird kit. I love this mirror for the AMC. It looks really accurate for the AMC. So I've done a number of these on the 68 and 69s. Need to get a few more, but I really like this mirror for this particular build. go. A little difficult to do that one-handed and trying to show you on camera. But, and then last I also finished and detail painted the dash. The wood rim on the steering wheel, the blackout on the rest of the dash, and some highlights with the chrome, and then painted the gauges silver and the needles red, and as best I can, in this particular one. Details are kind of soft, but I'm liking the way it came out. But hopefully the camera's able to pick this up. But this one's pretty much ready for final assembly, and I'll get this all taken care of, and in my next installment I'll show you the finished car.